The computer was a beautiful object, something you want to look at and have in your home. And what if, instead of it being in the right hands, it was in everyone's hands?
We'd be talking about the most tectonic shift in the status quo since
Ever.
A college dropout invents the future in Steve Jobs. The film, based on the best-selling biography, details his life through 3 important product launches. The script was penned by Academy Award-winning screenwriter Aaron Sorkin. We're so pleased that Aaron joins us now from our downtown studios. Good morning to you.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
So listen, I know that you say that this is not a biopic, but tell me about using Walter Isaacson's biography, Steve Jobs, as source material, Aaron.
Well, Walter's book is a great piece of journalism. Walter himself was managing editor of Time magazine, ran CNN for a while, and he was given absolute access by Steve Jobs to everything. So it's a fantastic piece of journalism. I wanted to use it as a jumping off point and do something else. So this movie, rather than being a cradle-to-grave biography where we kind of land on the character's greatest hits along the way, the whole movie is just 3 scenes. And each of those scenes is in real time. Real time, of course, means that 40 minutes for you in the audience is the same as 40 minutes for the characters on screen. And each of those scenes takes place backstage in the moments leading up to one of Steve's product launches.
Exactly. But what's so interesting, Aaron, is we don't actually see the product launches. You hit it right there when it's the lead up, because that's where all the drama, that's where all the intensity is.
Exactly right. The drama is backstage. You can see his product launches if you want by going on YouTube. But there is no conflict out there, and for drama you need conflict. Somebody's got to want something, something needs to be standing in their way of getting it, and there's plenty of conflict behind the scenes.
Listen, the movie shows some less, shall we say, positive sides of Jobs, but, you know, hey, when it comes to brilliance like this, it's warts and all. There are no absolutes. Tell me about that and the decision to show the man and who he was. He sometimes strong-armed people to get his way.
Yeah, that's right, and that's what he did in life. And the movie asks a lot of questions that it doesn't bother to answer, and one of them is, can you be a genius and a nice guy at the same time?
You're known for your distinct, kind of fast-paced dialogue. That happens in this movie as well. Tell me about the writing process and writing that kind of dialogue.
Well, I'm actually, first of all, before you get to the writing process, there's a lot of research, and then there's just a lot of plain thinking. You've got to think of what you're going to write and imagine it before you can write it. But once I get to the writing, I'm actually very physical. I'm playing all the parts. I'm saying all the lines out loud. I'm jumping up and down from my desk. I'll get in my car and start driving around. I once broke my nose while I was writing.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I have a writing injury.
A writing injury, Aaron Sorkin. You mentioned the research, of course, that went into all of this, and that included meeting with some of Steve Jobs' closest friends and closest confidants, including Steve Wozniak. What were those meetings like?
Well, they were great, and they were invaluable. I spent time with all of the people who were represented by characters in the film, except, of course, Steve Jobs, who had passed away at the time, and then several dozen others. And the movie couldn't have been done without spending time with them, most particularly Steve's eldest daughter, Lisa. But what was interesting to me is that to a person, they're all able to tell their sort of crazy Steve Jobs stories about how he flipped out here and yelled at them there and insisted on this and insisted on that. But to a man and to a woman, they all said the same thing, that he made them better.
Listen, brilliant. But before I let you go, because people want to know, completely different subject, West Wing, will you bring it back, Aaron Sorkin? Break some news right here on Canada AM.
Okay. I promise you, if I have an idea for a good episode of The West Wing and NBC will let me do it and the cast will come back and do it, sure, I'd love to hang out with those people again and revisit those characters.
All right. Listen, what a pleasure to chat with you. All the best.
My pleasure. Thank you.